So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my new favorite aquatic plant, and that is Littorella Unilfora, and it is a gorgeous carpeting plant. Let's take a look at it. So what's going on, guys? Justin from H2O Plants, and in today's video, we're taking a look at this guy. Now, I mean, that's really small, you may be saying, but this guy is literally my new favorite carpeting plant. Now, it is called Littorella Unilfora, and it is something that I've just recently come across in the last couple months. I've planted it in my 75 gallon, which I'll show you some footage of what it looks like once it's been underwater for quite some time, and it looks really good. I love it. It just resembles to me, if you ever seen like succulent plants, like, you know, like succulents that you would keep in your house or cacti, the leaves remind me so much of it, and I love cacti and succulents. They are just plump, like just plump leaves. Now, I mean, they're tiny, so they're not really plump, but they are, compared to any other aquatic plant, they're plump because most leaves are flat. This is actually, they're rounded leaves, and it's so amazing. And the beautiful thing about this guy, you could use it in a terrarium. Also, they grow above the water just fine. They're a little bit bigger though, grown above the water. And you can put them in ponds too. So, what do they look like grown above the water? Well, this is what they look like grown above the water. Now, these come from our nursery, and what we do is we start to transition them to this. Now, this has been in our tanks for, I would say, maybe about 3 to 4 weeks, and it's already shrunk in size. But this is how we normally get it, and you may, you know, if you ever order from us, by the way, if you ever want to support this channel or support these videos, you can head on over to our website, h2oplants.com, and you can pick yourself up some Littorella or other kind of plants if you want. Now, the thing with this guy is its leaves are quite big. So when we first get it in, we try to transition them, you know, 100%, but sometimes that's not possible. So if you ever order from us, you may get something that resembles this, and that's fine. These guys actually convert very, very well, and that's why I've kind of held out on making this video, because I wanted to really test it before I just, you know, put out a video and say, oh, I really love this plant, but how's it going to work in the end, for the end consumer? And this is a super easy plant. Let's talk about this plant now. This plant, I have it in our medium light grow out tanks where kind of just most of the plants hold, with no CO2, and it's still growing. That's amazing. Like, this is you know, you only have a certain amount of carpeting plants that work under low to medium light with no CO2, and this is one of them, and I'm so happy about it because it's such a fabulous plant. So, you know, this is right in line with like the dwarf sages, the dwarf four-leaf clovers, the pygmy chainswords, the Monte Carlos. This is very, very in line with that. It can grow under low to medium light, and it just doesn't need CO2. Now, if you had CO2, it's going to grow even faster for you, which is an even better thing. But it just doesn't need it. It's a super easy plant. So that's why I'm so happy to be able to make this video and tell you guys about it, because I know, like, I kind of get bored with the same old plants. Like, everybody says, oh, you got dwarf sage, you got, you know, Monte Carlo, you got pearlweed, you got all these different carpeting plants. I mean, but when it really comes down to it, it's maybe 6, 7 different options that if you don't have CO2, you can grow. So this is another one. So now you have one additional option. And in my opinion, it is a very beautiful plant. Just because of the leaves, you don't see this. I can't stress it enough. You don't see this in the aquatic plants. You don't see these really plump, round leaves. And you're not, like, you can't really tell on camera, because, I mean, it's like, you know, two-dimensional. You're not really going to see this in 3D, but the leaves are circular. Think of succulents. That's really what they look like. So now, if you do have them under low light, you can expect them to be a bit bigger. So they pretty much, low light means that they're going to grow taller to try and reach the light, but not much taller. You're talking maybe 4 inches at the height of them if you have them under low light. Medium or high light, you're looking at maybe an inch long, the leaves. Like, these have been in the tank quite some time. The ones in my 75 have been there even longer, and those are even shorter just because that light is really powerful. So the more light you have, the shorter that they will grow, but they're never going to grow this big unless they're up out of water, and these are 8-inch leaves. So just keep that in mind. The lower amount of light, the little bit, you know, taller that these may be, and that may be a good thing. Maybe you have a really large tank, you want something with a bit more height to it. This guy is it. And these guys produce runners as well as like dwarf sage and pygmy chainswords. So what'll happen is you'll plant these guys. Typically there's like 2 or 3 in a pot. That's how they normally are potted. So this is like 2 or 3 plants in here. And what you'll do is you'll separate them out. and then you'll plant them individually. You want to separate them, and they'll produce runners, and the runners will send out from each of the kind of rhizomes here and produce another baby plant a couple inches away, and that'll pop up, and then it'll produce another baby plant from that one, and so on and so forth until you have a full line of them. So ideally what you want to do is you want to spread them out. Now I wouldn't say they're like, I would say they're about medium kind of growth rate. They're not super fast but not super slow, and of course if you have CO2 they're going to grow even faster. So if you plant them down and you don't have CO2, it's going to be fine. They'll carpet out eventually. It's just going to take some time. So always, you know, if you want to fill in a carpet quickly, spread these out, buy a couple of them. That's what I always recommend if you're trying to do like a carpet. You always buy a couple pots of the carpeting plant that you're looking to carpet with. So other than that, the care requirements are they do like good substrate. So if you have any kind of eco-complete, aqua soil, fluorite, anything like that other than sand and gravel, these guys will go great in. You could grow them in sand and gravel, just make sure you add in root tabs. They are root feeders, so they'll do really well with root tabs. You can pick that up on our website. And all in all, it's a fabulous plant. I do recommend if you want to check them out, head on over to our website and pick yourself up some. They're a cool plant, easy to grow. And don't worry, like if you ever get it in this big and some of these leaves start to die back, that's fine. That's what happened to this. All the bigger leaves die back and you get newer leaves popping up that are, you know, much smaller. So just keep that in mind. It's a really good, easy plant to grow, and I think you guys will enjoy this. I think everybody out there that likes carpeting plants, this is one for you. It's going to be really good. And it's great in nano tanks too. So if you put it in a nano tank, boom, there you go. Or terrariums or anything like that. So super cool plant. Littorella Unilfora. That's all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like button, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the plant, if you're going to pick it up, if you have it already. We also have some tissue cultures, so check out the website for that if you want some tissue cultures. Those are good too. Gives you quite a bit in there. And that's about it, guys. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on any future plant videos or see this turn out in our 75, because I actually just ordered about 30 of these that I'm planting in the 75 also, so that'll be in a future video. And if you want to check out any of our previous videos, you can click either one of those, and I will see you guys next time.